Good evening, my loyal Casamaniacs. This is your old friend, the nefarious archfiend himself, Uncle Chuckie. And on the other end tonight, we have Brad, instrument maker extraordinary. And I guess later on, we're going to have somebody call in if Skype doesn't blow up.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. But yeah, we're going to have a Karissa Hartley. The game plan right now is she's going to be calling in about 20, 25 minutes, and we're going to, start talking about, tarot cards and all that good stuff. And, you might get lucky and she'll give you a reading.
Oh, that ought to be fun. I
I
hope
had,
the cards don't burn up in her hand.
well, I got to tell you, I've been working with her for about maybe 3.5 months now, and so far her track record has been phenomenal. She's really made some great calls, and I think she's really accurate with both the near future and things far away. I mean, it's easier to keep track of things that are going to happen like within a week, but she's been very consistent, and I have to give her credit. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Does she know a good horse in the fifth next week?
yeah, that's the question you need to ask. But,
I'm tempted. I won't, but I'm tempted.
okay. Well, before we get started here, you were saying something about you had some ideas you wanted to tell the audience about concerning remote viewing or
Remote influence, all that fun stuff.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, because people ask about that, and it's sort of with psionics, it's a lot easier.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because the hardest part with any sort of watching people from a distance, much less working through them or working at other things, is holding the location.
Okay.
Because your brain wanders all over the place. Okay.
Right.
All right. So with psionics, with the helmet in the box, you can sort of lock yourself in. All right. Following me?
I'm following you. Go for it.
Okay, so let us say you're thinking of investing in a company, Amalgamated Widgets or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you have all the stuff you get when you're considering the prospectus of the company, the annual report, the charts, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But you really want to be sure what's going on. So what you do is you go into the annual report, and there is the smiling face of the CEO. They always do that.
Right.
The company can be going totally under, but the CEO's face is going to be smiling.
Right. Yeah.
Yes. So you cut that picture out and you stick it on the box, take the rate for it, then take your helmet and plug the helmet into the output. Put the helmet on. Close your eyes. Now, you are inside the head of the corporate CEO of Amalgamated Widgets.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And so you just sort of relax and see what kind of images come to mind. Let them come. And you'll get an idea of how well the company is doing from that. If the company is doing well, you get all kinds of happy images and everything. And if the company is doing poorly, you'll have images of people jumping out of windows.
Ah.
Yes. Yeah.
Very nice.
Basically.
Very nice.
And so then you know whether or not to put your money into it.
Oh, okay. So you're just looking for...
Basically, you're doing remote presence. You're essentially getting literally into the head of the person.
Right.
Yeah. Now, remote viewing, for when they were getting really fancy about it back in the 80s, 70s, 80s, the idea is you had this fellow called Beacon. And the beacon would be somebody who would be walking around, and then you would have the viewer who would focus on the beacon and see through the beacon's eyes. Do you see what I see? And yes, a child roasting on a spit. Yeah.
Oh God. Okay, go ahead.
Stop remote viewing using Chuck for a beacon, damn it. But that's basically how it would work.
Right.
But the thing is, the beacon was always, at least to the best of our knowledge, unless they were thinking more than I give them credit for, somebody who knew he was the beacon had a specific mission to go look at something. Okay. But suppose instead of that, you were to use, say, a foreign head of state as the beacon.
Oh.
And you start watching and you see things through that eye, through those eyes. He doesn't know.
Oh.
He's just going around doing his usual thing, seeing what kind of, seeing what money he can steal from here and what money he can steal from there, and who he has to arrange assassinated, and all the things that heads of state do.
Right.
And you're watching through this. Oh, this is fun. And it has all kinds of applications. It's like, say, if somebody were to do this on the head of British intelligence, and then publish everything that they find out.
Yeah, you just read my mind. Like, go have set the rate for an enemy of your country, and that way you can look through their eyes while they're making their evil plans to take the world.
Or a friend who is ill-mannered, and it's just like head of British intelligence or something.
Ah.
I mean, but actually, I think I did a video about that one time. Gave me some fun. But yeah, I mean, you can do this. Because you're seeing you're getting information directly from their heads. You're seeing what they're seeing. You now have access to everything.
Excellent.
Doesn't matter how secret something is marked. You get into the right person's head, you've got access.
No wonder all the governments of the world hate you. Okay.
They love me. They'd hire me in a minute.
Well, their enemies would not like you, but
the enemies would want to hire me too. The problem is they love me so much I don't think they'd let me leave.
Oh man, but it's and how accurate have you been in the past? I mean, what would you say your hit rate, your success rate's been?
Actually, very successful. Very successful. I used to have some fun back when I was doing speaking with this. And what I would do is I would have, basically the president would be giving a press conference, only he didn't know he was giving a press conference. What I would do is I would set the box and the helmet up for the president. And then, because, it can get complicated, make it simple. A pendulum, yes or no. And then I would say have people in the audience ask me questions as if I were the president, because for all practical purposes, I am at that point. And then the pendulum would answer yes or no. And I said, now keep it yes or no questions, because we don't have time to spell out words. We'll be here all day. And that was always fun. I did that quite often. And one time I was doing that in a Theosophical group.
Okay.
In downtown Chicago. And we were having all kinds of fun. This was when Bush the Elder was president. And then the group president asked me, could I do this for someone that was dead?
Okay.
And I said, oh, hell, why not? So he said, well, why not Madame Blavatsky? At the Theosophical group, this makes sense, right?
Well, of course.
So we set up the machine for Madame Blavatsky, and I'm not taking this very seriously at this point, okay? I'm thinking, I don't know if this is going to work or not, but it makes them happy,
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting.
Yeah, well, it got interesting. So we're going along, and people are asking nice Theosophical questions like, when will we be around in the next Manvantara? And, are there 12 masters or 32? This sort of thing.
Okay.
Silliness, really. It's silliness unless you're really into it. And then the group president asked me, does Madame Blavatsky consider Ramtha an ascended master? Now, at that time, Ramtha was very big and very controversial because Ramtha's a nut.
Okay.
And so the followers. Okay. And at this point, I learned that I was really in touch with Madame Blavatsky.
Oh shit.
Oh, I mean, we videotaped this thing. On the video, I physically convulse and I sort of turn green. The pendulum swings no, and it swings no so hard it loops around.
Okay.
Inside, I am hearing Russian, a woman screaming in Russian, and my stomach is turning around in circles.
Oh geez.
I
She
get
sounds
all
a
kinds
little
of weird
pissed.
flashing lights in my eyeballs. I open up my eyes, I take off the helmet. I said, I think that's enough for one day. And one of my friends in the audience says, Chuck, are you all right? And I said, no. Uh,
Oh god. Yeah, she sounded like she was a little pissed.
the old girl was mad. And at that point, I knew I'd contacted her. I mean, because the cursing in Russian, that was the key.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
Well,
God, she could curse. Uh,
I bet that's not the first woman that's sworn at you, Chuck. I'm willing to bet dollars to donuts that's not the first time this has happened to you.
no, not the first time, but first time in Russian.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, okay, all
And
right.
I mean, it was and the first time inside my head.
Oh, been there, done that, bought the T-shirt. I mean, oh boy, oh
I mean,
yeah.
it was something. It really was a very. It's funny now. It's funny to talk about. At the time, it was a very, very unpleasant experience.
Oh jeez. Well, hell. So you didn't get any kind of insightful information about the future or anything?
No, no insightful information about the future. Just insightful information on the opinion of the spirit of Madame Blavatsky about Ramtha.
Oh jeez. Well, I
Very
got.
strongly worded opinion.
Ah, yeah. Well, I want to tell you when I used the new helmet, the powered helmet, the latest model, I was so impressed with that thing. It was the Hurricane from last year. I forgot the name of it, but anyway, it was coming on shore toward the Carolinas, and I was looking. I pulled up a picture of the eye of the hurricane, and I looked right at it, and I dialed everything on the machine. Had it hooked to the machine. Dialed the helmet in for the hurricane. And so I was looking at it, and I swear, Chuck, I could hear the wind of the storm in my ears. I mean, like in my
Oh,
head.
yeah.
I mean, it's like I was right there in the hurricane. It was a strange experience. So I tried to steer it off, and I don't know if I had any effect, but the definitely the potential damage that everybody was saying that we would have did not happen. I mean,
Why is everyone always trying to spoil my hurricanes?
I know. It's just our way of saying. Well, hey, I got to do something, to have fun. But
that's what I do to have fun. I throw hurricanes at people.
yeah, and you mentioned earlier about being able to focus in on something. I noticed that when you put that helmet on and you tune it in for a particular target, you stay focused. I mean, your mind does not wander. It's the damnedest thing. It really is.
It does. It really does. It locks in. Yeah, it is really quite amazing. And when you're locked in like that, you can do amazing things.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like I said, you really, and I noticed that probably the maximum amount of time I can do an operation is probably maybe 20, 25 minutes, something like that. If I go any longer, it really gets tiring, and it really
you feel it. You can feel it.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, that's if this thing didn't work, if this technology didn't work, I would not have that kind of reaction. I'd be sitting there bored on my ass. Saying, okay, when's the show start?
Yeah,
but
right, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is, like I said, the tornado thing, and I'm dealing with not a consciousness per se. I mean, not a human being. I'm dealing with an object, a thing, an action,
Yeah.
and still having that kind of effect on me. I thought that was really phenomenal. I really did. So, all right. But any other insights that you'd like to tell the audience about?
Oh, well, the thing is, because you can do so much with it, once you are, say you take over somebody for all practical purposes, you're not doing full, but you're in there and you can work through their mind. You can do more than just remote view. You can make them say things.
Oh, tell us more.
Oh, this is fun. Like, for example, you have a presidential candidate and you want him to make a complete and utter fool of himself.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time, this is not an issue because they are born fools or they wouldn't be running for the damn job in the first place.
For most of them, that is a correct statement.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what you do is when they're having like a debate or something, giving a speech, you get into their head and you simply cause them to spout greater nonsense that they usually do and be sort of incoherent. And
I wonder who's working on Biden because that guy.
I think a lot of people are working on all of them, to be honest.
Oh God.
I think
Oh,
each one has their own little sort of negative fan club.
yeah. I mean, I know the old saying, be careful what you wish for, but man, I hope this guy becomes the nominee for the Democrats for president. This guy, he is going to be hilarious.
Well, I will tell you, it will be, no matter which one of those loons they pick, it's going to be hilarious, and an hilarious election.
Oh yeah, or get what's his name, Beto or Beto, yeah,
Oh,
Master.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, it's kind of fun, watching him fall,
yeah,
throw away whatever political chances he may ever have again.
yeah.
It's like, what is the matter with these people?
Yeah, I've nicknamed him Master Beto. Anyway.
Yeah, I know that's going. Yeah, I know. But the point is, they're all,
Oh,
and I mean,
God.
it's just, it's like, what the hell?
Jeez. I mean, the only one I liked on there was that, what's her name? Gibby Gafford, or whatever the heck her name was, that woman out of Hawaii. She was like
something that just something like that, and she's a little,
I know, but she's good looking. She's easy to look. She's easy on the eye.
Well, that's true. At least she's nice to look at. That's about it. But the problem is, I have never seen a presidential candidate campaign naked.
Yeah, yeah.
So that kind of spoils the effect.
Oh man. Oh yeah. Oh, can you imagine if Hillary was doing that? Would you like to know?
No, I don't want to. No, I don't want to imagine that. I have no desire to even think of such a thing.
Oh man, I'm thinking she's got all kinds like a back brace, some kind of weird thing going on.
She's a couple years older than I am, and I'm no spring chicken. Yeah.
Oh God, I mean, this woman shows it though, Chuck. I mean, oh man,
they're all like that. Come on, I mean. We're not, look, whether you're in a president, except for crazy middle-aged housewives in 1960, people don't vote for a presidential candidate because of their looks.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Okay, you just don't. I mean, that's not the point. The point is who will wreck the country the least.
Yeah. Well, the problem is, if you have high def TV and you have to look at that woman's face for 4 years, it's going to have an effect on you.
No, you don't. You just turn the television off.
Well, it's going to be some psychological damage for sure.
Yeah, I know, but it's still. The thing is, I mean, no matter who's going to be elected, they're in any presidential race, they're going to make a mess of things.
Yeah. Well,
it's part of the job description. You will make a mess of things.
Yeah. Well,
so it doesn't matter who gets elected; it's who's going to make it worse.
Oh yeah. I mean, and I kid you not, I'm counting the days for when all these ass clowns go to Milwaukee. I just.
Hey, I live in Milwaukee.
Well, I mean, they're going to be.
I'm going to be down in the bunker.
Yeah, and I will say it would be my honor if you need any specialized equipment for this particular operation. It will be my honor to make it for you, sir.
I appreciate it, but knowing the ability of Milwaukee to handle large events.
Oh, you don't have to do shit.
Okay. Won't have to do a thing. Just basically sit. I'm actually going to watch the news while this is going on because horrible, funny things are going to happen. They're going to blow it. They're going to blow it so bad.
Oh, man. Oh, geez. I tell you, yeah. But anyway, I'm just looking forward to see how these clowns are, and the thing about it is, you listen to these people talk and you think to yourself, are they communists? Am I in like the Soviet Union? I mean,
here's the weird thing. Not communists. They're 1950s Eisenhower Republicans.
The Democratic Party.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Please.
I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. You have, like, for example, you have poor old Bernie, the man who can't even wear a punching bag. And he's saying he's a socialist. No, and I have not yet heard him call for the nationalization of the railroads, nor for the nationalization of the steel industry. What kind of socialist is not calling for nationalizing the steel industry?
Okay.
That's, I mean, what he's talking about really was basically the 1950s Republicans. Seriously, I'm dead serious.
My jaw is dropping, sir.
I know, but it's true.
Oh man,
It's just that things have changed so much since then. They are totally out of the mainstream. But there was a time when those ideas were the mainstream.
in hindsight, you think about JFK was probably more of a conservative than Ronald Reagan.
Well, you have to understand, when Kennedy was president, the Democrats were the conservative party.
Oh, okay. I think Karissa's trying to get
somebody's joined us.
Hello, Karissa, you're on the line.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Yeah. You might want to back away from your microphone a little bit. You sound a little. Hello.
I have headphones on. Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're fine.
Oh, great. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Karissa Hartley, a good friend of mine, and I wanted to get her on today and to talk about what she does. And I'll tell you what, would you like to give the audience like a brief, overview of your career, or just tell them who you are and what you do, and then we'll go from there.
Sure, sounds good. So I'm a psychic medium, and it kind of started when I was a child, and I brushed it off until one day I died and I came back. Once that happened, I quit my job. I dropped out of school, broke up with a long-term relationship, and I started traveling the country nonstop in search of the paranormal, strange, and taboo. I've actually lived in haunted locations for months at a time to document it 24/7. I've studied voodoo in New Orleans, so I've been all over the place, and I did a bunch of cool things. And then I got married, so now I'm kind of a stay-at-home housewife who talks to dead people with about 3,000 return clients.
Excellent. And I understand why. I understand why. And would you like to tell the audience, and I just want, everybody thinks I'm probably joking here, but seriously, every week when we do a reading, what cards do we always pull every single week?
Well, your main card seems to be the World, and then lately the Wheel of Fortune has been coming up a lot.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the strangest thing. I'm shocked, and it's always every single week, Chuck. The one card always comes up, and I look at what are the odds? What are the odds? But anyway,
well, let
not
me
very
see.
many.
72 cards in the major arcana. The odds.
Yeah.
I'll get the calculator and.
Okay.
Well, I'm weird in the way that I read tarot. The way I read tarot is I actually read from several decks at one time. So you are dealing with about, like, I would say closer to about 400 cards.
So 1 out of 400 is the odds.
Well, you have to add in the deck and everything like that. So
because there's one in each deck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay.
So it's actually increasing the odds of them showing up.
Oh, interesting.
It's not really that high, though. They're still not that high to show up. I've only had it happen one other time.
Yeah. Well, that is interesting. That is interesting. I suppose that's why I have horrible luck every time I talk to Brad. The Wheel of Fortune turns and runs me over. I'm joking.
Yeah,
I'm joking.
But well, anyway, would you like to Chuck, go for it. I already know. I've talked to Karissa, like I said, for hours. So, please have fun. You two converse and see what happens.
About what?
Well, I kind of want her to do a reading on you for the crowd. So
the whole world will know what a messed up person I am.
Okay, then.
Remember, it all began when I fell on my head.
Oh man.
No, but in all seriousness, I mean, I don't really like to do in-depth readings on the phone because I feel like they're personal, but
Yeah, I
I
know.
do
I
think that there's
understand.
I think there's health issues going on, and I think that you worry too much about them.
Mm. Well, I'm 70 years old. I got to worry about something.
Yeah, there's different there's different areas of concern, and I don't know why, but this is gonna sound so freaking weird, and I'm sorry, but I'm really drawn to the legs and issues with the legs, and I don't know why.
I'm diabetic.
Okay.
And so I spend a lot of time being concerned, making sure my circulation, my legs is working right, and my feet are working right and everything.
Yeah, and I just want you to keep doing that, but try not to worry too much about it. But I do get that the legs are a major concern. And then, is there something in the chest too?
I have a history of heart trouble in my family.
Okay.
My father died of a heart attack. My mother died of pulmonary hypertension.
Just be careful with the legs because I do think that it's somehow connected to the chest.
They are.
And I know that is and I want you to just kind of make sure that the swelling is of average and normal because I know it's tough when you're diabetic to kind of check that, but the legs seem to just be the major concern for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I
Sorry.
don't notice any symptoms in them. I don't have neuropathy.
Yeah.
And after, since I've been diabetic since 2002, I was not diagnosed diabetic. What happened was my pancreas dissolved itself. Uh, and so I can
Wow.
honestly say that the time and the date that I became diabetic, but
Yeah.
but that many years and still no trouble. I must be doing something right. But yeah, it's a concern. It is a concern.
Exactly. And I would just, like I said, for some reason they just your guides or whatever you want to call them just keep telling me to make sure that you keep watching out for your legs. I just feel like that's going to be kind of a signal that things are getting worse. So just keep an eye out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, this all makes perfect sense.
I'm glad. I mean, it's just, they call me the medical medium, which I know sounds so weird, but I don't know how to describe it other than about a year ago, because my abilities kind of shifted and they kind of changed. About a year ago, I started feeling dead people and living people's health elements within my own body. And I don't know how else to explain it other than I'm just focused in on the legs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm really not keen on having dead people in my body.
It's awkward. It's definitely awkward. I mean, I'm really happy that I have my husband because I come downstairs after a long day of readings and he's just getting home from work and I have a splitting headache. And he just asked me another shooting victim and he hands me the ibuprofen.
Yeah. Yeah. I have
He,
always made a point in my research. I tend to
yeah,
avoid dealing with dead people. Frankly, because unless they know a good horse in the fifth tomorrow, they're not much use. Second of all, I really don't want to have to experience how they died.
yeah. It didn't used to be like that for me. Like I said, I think the more readings I did, the more it shifted into medical issues.
Mm-hmm.
I've actually been able to diagnose living people with stuff as well. Like I had this one lady who had liver disease and she was convinced that was what was giving all of her the issues. And I told her, you have to get your brain checked. There's lesions on the brain.
Mm-hmm.
And she went and got it checked. And it turns out that she has lesions on the brain and she's been since diagnosed with MS.
Oh, what fun! Uh, well, I hope they found it in time enough to fix
They
things.
did, but it's stuff like that I
But
am grateful for
MS, of
what I
course,
can
that
do.
doesn't go away. That stays forever.
Yeah, but it's still something that's manageable with
It is
help and
manageable. It is manageable. But
and it's
it helps
just
to
stuff
know
like
that it's
that.
there.
That's why I like doing what I can do.
Mhm. No, I understand that. Yeah, I understand that. Um, Medicine is almost totally out of my field. Uh, I'm kind of weird in the sense that I don't enjoy healing. And the reason I don't enjoy it is if it doesn't work, I'm going to feel worse than the dead person.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've always been afraid of blowback. Of basically attract or contracting whatever is wrong with the target that I would be trying to work with, and that's always been my biggest fear. So I don't know.
I've never worried about that, but the thing is, usually, if somebody comes, usually the only people that ever ask me about healing,
Mm-hmm.
well, I'm Uncle Chuckie. I don't heal people. I blow things up. What the heck? But
Yeah.
seriously, I mean, so the only people that are going to ask me about healing are friends,
Mm-hmm.
and usually they're asking me for some loved one that
Mm-hmm.
has, they're in terminal cancer or something, and it's just too late.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
too late. Uh, I can do the occasional miracle, but these I'm not very good at. And so what happens is I do what I can. The person dies, of course,
Mm-hmm.
and they thank me for making the person's last days more comfortable and everything, and some comfort the dead. And so I just, I shy away from healing. Uh,
Yeah. And I don't really consider myself a healer. I'm more of the diagnoser. And I know that sounds really strange. It's
no,
just
I understand that. I
it's
do
just
understand
something
that.
seems to be I'm good with, and I try not to process it into my own body because as everyone that knows me will tell you, I'm constantly sick, whether it be because I'm picking up medical issues from other people. I mean, that's a really good possibility, but
And it's a
I
real
try to
possibility.
just filter it out.
That is a real possibility. I have only done one diagnosis in my life. I had a good friend, and one afternoon she calls me on the phone and she says, Can you diagnose something?" And I said, "Not really. For one thing, I don't know a lot about medicine to begin with. I mean, I just don't know." And so, but I can test your chakras. So I got
Yeah.
out, I set up my machine, and I got out my copy of David Tansley's Chakras and something or other. Um, that had, different, you got a certain reading on chakra, this might be it. And so I went through her system, and I got something, and I looked at the book. There I am with leafing through the paperback, leafing. Ah, there it is. Ooh, and it says this can be cancer. Well, then it just dawned on me, and I said to her, "You found a lump, didn't you?"
Wow.
Yeah, she had breast cancer. Well, fortunately, it was caught in time. She had a single mastectomy, and all the stuff that came afterwards. It did not get to the lymph nodes or anything. She did have to do the chemo, several rounds of chemo. And you should have seen, and this is where it got bizarre. We had a friend who was a psychic healer, naturopath, but he's a psychic healer. So he would go to her with her to the whatever where she was having the treatment, and then he would, before they gave her the injection, he would hold the medicine to do something to it to decrease the side effects. And there I am with my machines working to decrease the side effects. And the first time he gives me this list of things to check. What the hell am I supposed to do with this? So I threw away the list. I said, okay, just general well-being, work it that way. And we were quite successful in knocking out the nausea. That worked very well. Um, and like I say, she made a full recovery.
Hmm.
To the best of my knowledge, after 30 years, she's still alive. Uh,
Good for her.
that's the only time I ever diagnosed anything. Um, that would be
Yeah, I've,
something
I've
I
kind
would.
of been known to do the medical scans, and I kind of do the same thing where I just kind of scan the body and see what feels off to me.
Mhm.
Um, I've actually been called several times to do that for several different people, but it's never a dull moment.
Oh, I'm certain of that. I'm certain of that. The other thing that worries me is that somebody might, I can make a mistake.
Yeah.
I know it doesn't happen often. I mean, the only recorded mistake I ever made was on August 2nd, 1957. However, I'm sure there have been others that were not recorded. In any Brad, you can laugh if you want to. It's supposed to
I
be.
am laughing. I am laughing. I got this. I'm just kind of thinking, what the hell happened in August? Oh, that was the day
I
you were
don't know.
born.
I was a kid. I don't remember.
Oh shit.
Anyway,
Oh hell. Oh man.
but here's the thing. Let's say somebody comes to me and I'm supposed to do this medical reading for them, blah, 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 and I get something really wrong. Well, and they go by what I say, and what's really wrong kills them.
Yeah. Then you're really going to feel like a dog turd.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's not really good for the public. Unless I'm doing it on purpose, that's not good for the public image.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. Yeah, we're kind of the bad boys at what we do.
Yeah,
Karissa, so.
Really. And here's the thing.
I'm
history
kind
of
of an
radiology-
outcast, what I do too, so I get it. I'm definitely an outcast
history
as a
radiology.
psychic medium.
Yeah. I that's what I was telling Chuck, that you're the kind of person, you're like us. I mean, you could be a person's best friend or their worst enemy. The choice is theirs, and
Definitely.
yeah, and I like the fact you don't take any crap. I appreciate that. Yeah. So, but yeah, hey, I tell you what, while we got you on here, could you do a reading for Chuck and about financial? Financial. What do you think, Chuck? Is that okay with you? Would you like to see what she comes up with? Chuck?
I'm having. I'm terrified.
Oh, she's good. She is good.
Yeah, she might say you're going to end up in the poorhouse.
Hey, you're working with me. That won't happen. Anyway.
It's guaranteed to happen.
Oh, God.
Wait a minute. I got to spritz my money potion here.
I'll tell you this. How about I pull 3 cards and we see what you get, and I'll
Okay, do it
pull
that
with
way.
the
Pull 3
focus on
cards.
finances.
Yeah.
Okay?
Sounds good to me.
Give me 1 second. I'm just shuffling.
Hey, I'll be right back in 5 seconds. I'll be right back in 5 seconds. Y'all continue. I'll be right back. You won't even miss me.
All right. So this is actually interesting. You pull 3 angel cards.
Angels?
The
Me?
first one, yeah, you. I know it's surprising, but it happens, right?
Yeah, I suppose. There really goes the public image. Angels, me. Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
It's interesting that those are the 3 cards you pull out of many different options. So the first one is just spiritual protection, which it just means that you're being watched over and protected physically, emotionally, and energetically.
Nice.
And then you actually kind of go into the prosperity card, which is just saying that there has been a positive shift in the flow of financial gains, and there's going to be more.
Good.
And then you get into the divine intervention card, which is just it's a symbol for things getting better, and it's going to keep progressing, which is a good thing.
Good. There are clouds, but no rain coming from our provinces in the west. There will be good fortune.
Yeah.
That's
so it's pretty much just saying it's like 3 good cards, so that's not bad, right?
Yeah, that's not bad. It's not like 3 tower cards in a row.
No, it's not. I've had people pull that though.
I believe it.
That actually did happen, and I tell them, I'm like, yeah, it's not, your question is not looking too well.
Yeah.
I'm not. My job is to
course
bullshit.
of action.
Yeah. My job's not to bullshit people. It's to tell them if they're on the right path or not. And if they're not on the right path, then I will do everything in my power to kind of push them into the path that they want to go. But it's ultimately up to them, if that makes sense.
No, it makes perfectly good sense. Yes. Yeah, it's sort of thing. You look in the person, they're heading for the edge of the cliff, and you have this horrible. Now, I can move them away from the edge of the cliff. Yeah. Or I can let them go over the cliff and get the video for YouTube.
Yeah, well, it's like one of those things, I'm kind of considered a healing tarot reader, meaning that I do give them messages of insight. And if their future is not looking too good, I do urge them into a better future.
Yeah, of course.
Whether they choose to listen or not, that's up to them.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to them. I mean, you can only say, look, this is not going to work. And
yeah, I mean, I have return clients that come back and they are in the same spot they were in a year ago. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Or what happens when I say that, because usually somebody's trying to hire me for something, and I say, look, what you want isn't going to happen. And then they
Yeah.
get really mad because they think, no, 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 if I don't get back with this person, I will never know true happiness like Mercy Humph did. And no, 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 no. First, you have to take up bathing, okay? I just, you know, and so, but I do understand what you're saying. I do understand what you're saying. You know, there are some people that just, you know, they are determined and that's what they're going to do. And
Exactly. And it's like talking to a brick wall, but I just, I just tell them this is what's going to happen if you don't. And it's up to them at the end of the day. But honestly, things for you are looking good.
oh,
The fact that you pulled 3 angel cards is surprising and a good
I
thing.
was very,
Yeah,
very
yeah.
surprised,
That is
especially
surprising.
since we did the show last week and I was having fun at the expense of angels.
Oh yeah, it's demonology.
Well, there
Right?
you go. Maybe that's their sarcastic way of getting you back.
Yeah, they got a sense of humor, one or the other.
Thanks. Well,
Yeah.
Chris.
Well, like I tell people, your spirit guides or your guardians or your angels, they really do have the same personality that you have. So mine are like kind of smart ass and kind of like edgy and not necessarily the nicest. They kind of take the personality on that you have and they kind of take that and, put that into messages for you. So I think that's kind of funny that you were kind of more or less talking bad and then they show up.
I was having a lot of fun because, like I say, angels in my image are like,
Yeah, it's the opposite. Oh, it's a 180. Trust me on this, Karissa. It's no.
Well, that's why I think it's funny. I started laughing when he pulled 3 angel cards. I'm not going to lie.
I don't blame you. It is funny. It really is. 3 angel cards for who?
Yeah, somebody up there really does like you, Chuck.
Yeah. Well, like I said, there were the people on the UFO who told the abductee, "You got to read Uncle Chucky's book."
Oh, man.
And then this person wrote me to tell me this.
Oh, God. Oh, that was our customer base, Karissa.
It happens, right?
Oh, I get them. I get them. I really do. I really do.
Oh.
Don't we all?
Oh,
yeah, I'm sure you do too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Some.
Would you mind sharing a story about, say, somebody that was probably just completely wacko that you had to deal with in your past?
Yeah. I will share one person that I have. This one lady bought a bunch of readings all at once. She did about half of them, and pretty much all the readings I was urging her to seek help. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, if you're not gifted and you have other issues going on, I have training in psychology. That's what I was doing before I died. I'm gonna urge you to go seek professional help that is not of my nature. And that's what I was doing. And, we were doing fine. We were doing what I called positivity therapy. And, all of a sudden she just disappeared. I didn't hear from her. And then she went and we did most of the readings. I think she had one left. She went and requested the money back on PayPal. So I was like, whatever, take it. Don't care. You need it more than I do. And then about a month later, she had emailed me and asked for another one as part of the readings that she got. And when I told her no, because you took the money back, she started saying that she didn't and it was the devil.
And
that is a true story.
Oh, I think she
oh my Lord.
From us. Yeah, she may have bought a machine from us. Anyway.
It happens, right? But it was an interesting email chain. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, I can imagine. I mean, I've had some where I just, throw it in the spam folder.
Oh,
I don't have time for these.
Yeah, I pretty much told her never to contact me again, and that's really the only problem I've ever had with a client. I mean, for the most part, all of my clients, I'm actually really blessed in the fact that most of my clients are of sane nature.
Yeah.
And the ones that are insane are fun. So we have a lot of fun together,
Yeah. Oh, all my clients are insane.
Blessed.
I mean,
yeah.
They have to be insane to be my client. It's as simple as that.
I have some insane clients, but we have fun. We joke around and stuff. But I think that was the only really one that I was like, you belong probably in an institution.
Yeah, I joke about, of course, because if somebody comes to me, okay, we're going to be a little eccentric. This is a given.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Oh yeah.
and that's not a problem because eccentrics tend to get things done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I personally like when I get skeptic clients though that don't believe in the afterlife or don't believe that their loved ones are around. And when you have a reading with me, I don't really ask you questions. I kind of just go into it unless we have a rapport and we do readings once a week, and then we can just, talk about what we picked up, or you can ask questions. But for new clients, I connect to either what they want to know or what's going on or who they lost. And when I do it, when I connect to people's loved ones, I don't ask any questions. I just go into it and tell them what I'm getting. And if stuff doesn't make sense right away, I tell them to write it down, because a lot of the times when I'm going through the health issues, I might say my head hurts and you're like, well, he hung himself, but it makes sense when you think about the logical thing of the oxygen going.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it's just stuff like that. And it builds like this big picture. So it's kind of cool. I don't ask them who they want to connect to. I would rather the dead tell me who they are to them, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I had a rather interesting client a couple of months ago who needed to have a ghost removed from a new house that they'd bought.
Yeah, I've dealt with that.
And it worked. It worked. But it was kind of interesting to have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had a couple of that, and I think a lot of that has to do with my husband being on a paranormal investigation show. I think that I get a lot of people that watch his show.
Oh jeez.
That would have a lot to do with it. Yeah.
Well, hey, Karissa, could you tell us like your scariest ghost story or something you personally experienced, in your
yeah. So I actually lived a month in Seattle in a case that was on Ghost Adventures that was called Demons in Seattle. And Ghost Adventures pretty much went in there and said, it's a hoax. We didn't catch any evidence. So the homeowner had actually contacted me and a couple of my friends, and we started watching the cameras 24/7 from his house. And I saw an apparition of a female. We all caught it on camera, a female in a long dress walking by, and we would hear a scream every day around the same time. So I contacted the homeowner. I'm like, I've got to fly out there. And he was like, sure, come on in, open arms. And I've got to tell you, that house had probably the most activity that I've ever experienced. And it was layers of different activity. I would be sitting alone in the living room and I would hear charging coming from me in all directions and no one else was in the house. I've caught EVPs there telling me they were going to kill me. I actually had sleep paralysis there where I woke up and there was this guy with long hair and just bear hugging me. And it was just crazy stuff like that. I actually went viral worldwide with some of the evidence I captured there. And it was written about in a bunch of magazines, and there's actually 2 books that are out on the case now, but that house was insane. I don't think I've ever experienced anything like that.
Wow. Could you give an example besides, the bear hug? I mean, what were these entities doing in the house? I mean, what were they just basically just harassing her?
Well, what was interesting too was, so we set up tripwires, because I really believe that anything can be used for paranormal equipment if you think things through. So I set up a bunch of tripwires in the hallway, and I kid you not, every night it would go off and you would hear them all night triggering. And then I would go out there and I would ask them to stop it, and they would stop. And then I would walk back in and it would start again. And it did that every single night on routine. I actually have it on camera of me saying stop and it stopping on command. So whatever was there was intelligent. It definitely had poltergeist-like layers to it too, with the repetitive movements and the sounds. For example, there would be like furniture moving across a wood floor, but the whole house was carpet.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Have you ever seen anything? Well, go ahead. Finish your thought. Sorry.
No, I was just saying there's different layers there. And what we actually found out when we dug into the history of the house, something that Ghost Adventures had failed to do, is that there used to be a log cabin right where that house was built.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy that owned that log cabin was actually a criminal, and he was a pretty bad guy. And I think that accounted for like the wood floor sounds and everything else. It was also the site of a Native American massacre.
Oh, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, I can imagine.
So there was a lot of weird layers. For anyone that actually saw that episode, there was writings on the walls that the homeowners found, kind of like, when you think of like all the horror movies and stuff. No, I wasn't there to witness it, but I actually have an EVP of me asking them, did they write on the walls, and it answering in a clear as day voice saying yes.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Now, if I'm not there to witness it, I don't, I can't take into credit what they say because I wasn't there. I didn't experience it. But from what I experienced personally, it was pretty haunted. To the point that I told the homeowner when he finally moves out, stuff will follow him. And he actually just wrote a second book about having attachments from living there for so long.
Oh man, that is just creepy. Have you ever experienced shadow people or dark people? Have you ever seen anything?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Well, when I did the paranormal work before I was married, they didn't just call me to move into their house for no reason. I was really called into the most demonic, in quotes, if you want to believe in demonic hauntings, or the most extreme hauntings, to move into, to document, and to help the families. I wasn't called into Casper the Ghost. So I've experienced shadow figures. I have different theories on them. I've definitely experienced hauntings that are more alien-like in nature, if that makes sense. Where the activity seems to be kind of artificial intelligence, whatever you want to say. But it was definitely complex hauntings that I was called into, and a lot of my work in the paranormal field seems to be the more messed up hauntings that everyone else in the field was like, nah, I'm good.
Oh
You
yeah.
get the fun ones.
Oh.
Yeah. And then you have me, my crazy ass, and moving into them.
Well, how is your present house? Is it haunted, or is there anything strange?
I wish.
Oh, so you just live.
I wish. It feels lonely. I'm so used to living in haunted locations that it feels like lonely when it's quiet. But every now and then I get stuff from readings that come through, but they don't stay long. They just, they stay around, they mess around with me and my husband, and they just leave. They throw stuff. I actually had a glass thrown at me the other day.
Oh, that's just sweet.
I was doing a reading for someone that lives in a haunted house. So it's funny that you're talking about that. And I had told her what to do to get rid of it. And yeah, when I was cooking dinner, I had a glass thrown.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, lucky me. I haven't.
But then it just goes away.
Oh yeah. Again, that's just what I was kind of wondering. It goes back to the sort of the blowback theory. These things kind of following you around, what have you. Well, I mean, is there, when you're dealing with these things, I mean, what's a good way for a person to protect themselves if they're trying to keep these things locking in on them or trying to attach themselves? I mean, what do you do personally to try to keep this from happening?
Honestly, when I was doing them, I was a really bad example, and I didn't go in there with anything because I wanted to experience it. I'm kind of an adrenaline junkie, and I also wanted to help the families prove what they were seeing. But I do recommend that if people are scared, they try to set ground rules with the spirits that live with them. I'm a firm believer that if a spirit wants to cross on, they will. If they don't, then you really just have to kind of treat them like they're an annoying roommate.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we've all experienced that with real people. So
yeah, and it's kind of like the same thing, I mean, if you're truly scared, then there is like a lot of very good professional people that I am friends with that will help you cleanse. But I do recommend setting up ground rules first and just trying to understand them and their history. I mean, everything that's perceived as demonic doesn't mean it's demonic just because it's perceived that way.
Yeah, I know. This is the thing about ghost shows that annoy me. And that is that everybody's got demons.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
and it's not like that,
It's not a symptom of a demon. A stomachache means you're eating the wrong food.
Yeah.
If you've got a real demon, I mean a demon, you're not going to have a stomachache.
Yeah, I've only personally, and like I said, I've been called to the most extreme hauntings. There is only one that I've done that I would even classify as demonic, and I do not talk about that case.
I don't blame you.
Because of every time I do, stuff happens, so I just choose not to. But there has only been one case that I have worked on that, yeah, I would classify that 100% as demonic. Everything else has been, once you find out the history and dive into it, it's all pretty explainable.
Yeah, it is. I mean, and so, it's like, okay, what you got is, it's almost like you've got a deliverance ministry gone mad, and people are having demons of chewing gum or demon of bay rum. And I did not know that aftershave was demonic. I was very surprised to read that. I've actually encountered people in my wild and misspent youth who believe things like this.
Yeah. And I mean, I kind of tell people if a person sucks in life, they're going to suck in death too. And, just because they're horrible and they do bad things doesn't mean they're demonic. It doesn't mean that they're alien in nature. A lot of hauntings are just misunderstood. And I really say that, like a lot of them are misunderstood. Even if they throw a glass at you, like what happened to me, I don't get scared about it. It is what it is,
Oh.
The only thing that annoys me about that is who do you throw the glass back at?
I just usually tell them to F off and I'm off the clock, but that's just me.
Oh, jeez. So you're telling me if a person was an asshole in real life, they're going to be an asshole in the spirit world?
Pretty much, yes.
It would be the way.
I mean, that's just how it works.
I mean, you don't change just because you're dead.
I mean, I've had spirits that were pretty abusive that have crossed on, not stuck ones in readings, and they tell the clients that they're sorry for the things they did. I've had others that said they're not sorry. So it really just depends on the person, I guess, and if they get that sense of enlightenment.
Yeah, my mother was a pain in the ass while she was alive, and she was a pain in the ass after she died. Hell, she came back from the dead to kill her sister-in-law.
That's not a joke
I make
either.
jokes saying that I'll need an exorcism when my father dies. So.
Oh God.
He's already told me he'll haunt me, and I already make jokes like at least I know Exorcist because I will need one.
Oh man. Oh geez.
I mean, they don't change just because they decide to change bodies.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Chuck has some serious mother issues. Oh man.
Well, not without. I mean, how many people have their mother come back from the dead 3 months after she dies and kill her sister-in-law?
That is a little rare. She must have been pissed.
This was bizarre. I mean, my mother hated her brother's wife just before my father died because she blamed her for my father's heart attack that killed him, which is absolutely insane. I can't explain it without going forever, but it was insane. My mother got worse after my father died. Dying did not make her more sane. And about 3 months after she died, I was awakened by her voice in my ear, laughing and saying, "I got the blankety blank blank blank." So, and I thought, well, after somebody dies, you have dreams, and that's what I put it down to. I turned on the light, read a while, went back to sleep. Didn't think anything of it. A couple days later, my uncle calls me and said, "Well, it's just you and me now." And what? Which sounded very strange because he has a daughter and grandchildren and what the, yeah. But anyway, that's what he said. And he said, "Franny's gone." What? It turns out that the time that my mother laughed in my ear, Aunt Fran died of, her heart exploded.
Wow.
They did an autopsy where the heart was goo.
Oh.
Yeah. That was mother.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And she's not the Italian side either. I mean,
no, she wasn't Italian, no. The Italian side of the family was very nice. I mean,
but emotional.
Hey, if they killed someone, it was business. It wasn't,
not personal. It's just business. Yeah. Oh man. But no, like I said, Karissa, I've been bragging about you for the last couple of months here, and I just
Yes, I
want.
have not heard the end of it.
Oh yes, yes.
I'm sorry.
That's okay,
No,
not your fault, his.
yeah. I just wanted to prove to everybody, yes, Karissa does exist. Yes, she is really, really good at what she does, and
I'm a
but
real person.
yeah,
Yes,
you're a real
obviously.
person. Yeah, it's
I
obvious.
think so.
You try to be, but no. And I tell you, speaking of, you were talking earlier about having spirit guides or whatever. Uh, do you mind telling the audience who this? Every time we talk about it, is there anybody on the other side that wants to give me a message? Would you
Your
like to tell
dead
the audience?
cat Whiskers.
Whiskers, yes. This over and over, Chuck. This cat, I think I told you about him. He was probably the best friends I ever had in
Yes.
my life. It was like, I've never really been a friend with an animal like Whiskers. I mean, it's
No,
like
no, I do
to the time.
understand.
Oh yeah,
You have to understand me and animals. I have this, strange thing. We lost our kitty. What was it? A year and a half, or last January. And she's still around. Every once in a while, hear her running down the hall,
Yeah.
jump in the bed. One time I reached out and I felt fur. Yeah,
wow,
I understand this. I understand this.
yeah.
They don't leave.
Yeah, his cat is always around him though, and always comes through in readings. Every time he asks for a message from the other side, it's always Whiskers. And the funny thing about him is he shows himself as a Black Panther or a white tiger.
Yeah, and he was a black and white cat. So you see, he's kind of indecisive. Apparently, he's temperamental. He goes from one breed to another, one
But
species
then
to
he
another.
shifts to the house cat too. That's the first time we started having the first reading we had, correct?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was Whiskers. Oh yeah, without a doubt.
And they just kept shifting.
Yeah, and the thing about people think yeah, I really think it's true that when you pass your animals, your pets,
Oh,
the ones,
absolutely.
oh they're with
They
you.
stay with you. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
They
Which is
do.
good. Oh yeah, they're good company. Like I said, I have a lot more respect for animals than I do most people. I really do. I mean, at least you know what you got with an animal. You
Well,
know.
the thing is, Brad, I'm an old man,
Yeah.
and with any luck, I won't be around that much longer.
Ah.
And frankly, I am not looking forward to seeing any of the dead humans I knew. I will be content to be with the cats.
Same here. Same. What about you,
Yeah.
Carissa?
Oh, well, everyone that knows me knows I'm a huge animal fan. I mean, I use a lot of the proceeds to rescue and rehome animals that I make from readings. So, animals are pretty much my entire life besides my husband, and I have a bunch of them on the other side that I can't wait to see. People, not so much.
People I don't want. It's sort of like, I joke about when my pancreas went, and basically, I did not have a near-death experience. But the joke was that I was heading down the tunnel, and there were all my dead relatives waiting for me, and I said, no, and I turned back. So then they said, so then the person who was with me said, well, let's try the other place. Maybe you might like that better. The only problem is that hell wouldn't let me in.
Oh, God.
They pulled up the drawbridge and lowered all these things and piled furniture and shouted, no, not him, not him.
Oh, man.
Yeah, when I died and I came back, because it sounds so weird to say, but I just remember being on this weird beach and these weird colors that you never see in the earth ever. And there was a staircase, but I wasn't allowed up. I was just greeted by people and they told me it's not my time. So I didn't get to see what's up there, but I was on some weird beach with very weird color sky and very weird color water. It was interesting.
Oh, really? And I mean, how did it feel? Did it feel like reality, like you're like things are now?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
100%. I mean, I can literally, I joke around about it now because that's the only thing I can do, but I literally woke up missing it and just feeling really out of place for a really long time. Like I just felt like I didn't belong and I wasn't home. As weird as that sounds.
No,
it just felt really weird being back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
What
man.
am I doing here?
Oh,
Yeah,
geez.
it took me a while to kind of like almost get over the grieving of it because it felt so different and it felt so good to be there. Um, and when I came back, of course, my abilities that I had since childhood, it was just like the blinders were off and I just couldn't even pretend to live a normal life anymore at that point. It was just like completely like 100% focused in on the dead. I remember just seeing them so vividly in the months after I got back, and now I don't get that as often as I did then. It's gone more back into how it used to be, but I'll tell you one thing: those 3 or 4 months after I came back, it was the most vivid things ever, and it was just like they walk all around us.
Oh my God. I
Oh,
can see that
geez.
extremely disconcerting. Um,
Yeah, I honestly felt like I was losing my mind. That's why I started kind of venturing into the paranormal and unknown. I wanted to see if I was just crazy from what had happened, like brain damage or something. And the
which was
more I started
possible, of
learning, the more
course.
it started making sense. Yeah, but it started making sense. And, you know, it just, I almost started doing it just to validate if I, was brain damaged or if this was reality. And it's very interesting. Even now it's just interesting. I mean, it's definitely more intense than it was when I was a child before the death experience happened. And I've
Mhm.
heard a lot of people that have died and came back say similar things about it.
Mhm. Yeah, they usually all say, "Why am I back?"
Oh,
You
Yeah,
they're
I
pissed.
was having
Yeah.
fun. What am I doing here?
Oh,
it just feels weird. It feels like you're out of place, and it's like
Mhm.
it's such a feeling of being home and just being at peace when you're over there. And I didn't even get upstairs, I was just on a beach, but it still felt good. And coming back to reality, it's just like, oh my God.
Mhm.
oh, jeez. That's just, you know, but yeah. And so when you are, well, I'm trying to figure out a good way of saying this. I'm starting to get a brain fart here. But no, it's, when you're doing this stuff here, I mean, oh, for example, like when you see somebody who dies, everybody says that they're not, I mean, when you see these people, do they look the way they did before they died, or do they look younger, or, I mean,
It really depends. It really depends. I mean, I've had spirits come through the exact same age they die, and I can tell the clients what age they are, and it's the same age that when they passed. I have others that come across younger, but I know that they're older. I have some that have died as kids that tend to grow up on the other side, which I find very interesting and very fascinating. For example, I had a boy that died as an infant about 15 years ago, and he showed up as a 15-year-old boy, and it
Oh
was the
God, that's
exact
from
age he would
puberty.
have been. Yeah, but it was
wow.
very interesting.
I'm sure.
And
And
it just depends.
Yeah. So what do they do when they're on the other side? I mean, do they basically, create an avatar for
Well,
themselves,
this is
or?
like the interesting thing is that I've had spirits, like, let's say there's someone that was a really good cook. I had this one lady start coming through talking about how she's making her delicious fried chicken, and the client knew exactly what I was talking about. I had another guy coming through telling me he's still reading the newspaper, and the client said he always did that. So it seems to be like they do similar things.
So they
yeah,
really don't change. Huh.
habit carries on. I mean, they'll all be in the afterlife, playing on Second Life, and isn't he supposed to be dead?
It's interesting though. It really is. I mean, I've had dead people tell me they're working jobs.
Yeah. Oh, sure. I actually the idea of a ghost, a real ghost in the machine, is something that I've been wanting to research with Second Life to see if it would be possible to have dead people enter the game by going into the servers and actually create an avatar
Yeah.
that
Oh.
is not registered in the system. The company that runs it has no idea how they're there.
Hmm. That would be
And they're going crazy trying to find the hacker.
oh, geez. So, so, the, so on the other side, do the spirits? I mean, do they interact with the real world? I mean, like you were talking about, like having a job. I mean, do they actually do things here? Like maybe go to a movie or go to
I
the.
don't I don't know about that, but I've got to tell you, like, so it's interesting that you say the movie thing because I don't know what this is, but it is something to do with my husband's mother, who's on the other side. Like I said, we rescue animals and we home them and everything like that. We get them the medical care and then we find them great homes. Unfortunately, we lost about 3 kittens in the process of doing that a couple years ago.
Mhm.
And his mother was a huge cat lady, and when they had passed, I had a dream that she was talking to them in funny accents in different languages, and I had never met her. And she had shown me a movie theater, and they were watching movies, and it was so weird because my husband woke up that day and he's like, I had the weirdest dream about my mom. And he had the same dream that I had. So it's really
Oh,
weird. I don't know what that is, but
that's interesting. That's
Mm.
interesting.
it definitely is. I do believe that your loved ones can interact with the physical world, though. I mean, like your mother, for example, I do think that's possible. They can interact, they can kind of just do similar things as they did in life or they wanted to do in life, unfinished business or just watching out for people
Huh. Hmm.
or killing people, I mean, I
Yeah,
guess it's
killing
possible.
people. That's my mother.
Anything happens
I
that
remember one time
classifies
she
under
chased a
unfinished
girlfriend out of the
business.
bedroom. And I was mad at her. I said, if you do that again, you are spending eternity in a plasma bottle with large buzzing flies.
Uh,
Oh God.
Uh,
Oh man.
oh,
That.
I was mad at her for that. I was mad at her. Killing Aunt Fran, hey, I didn't care that much about Aunt Fran. She wanted to kill Aunt Fran, fine, kill Aunt Fran. Makes you happy. But don't bother my love life.
Oh jeez. Well, now here's the $64,000 question: does karma exist on the other side?
I definitely think karma exists. I mean, I definitely think past lives extend too, and we kind of live our karmic debt from past lives into this life as well. And as for future lives too, that's just my personal feeling. I also think that there's certain individuals that can make karma happen to people.
Yeah, yeah. Whenever, yeah, I was doing something that was not exactly the nicest thing in the world to a complete scumbag, and I was telling Josh about this. Joshua P. Warren's a good friend of mine, but anyway, I was telling him, about this, and he said, "Aren't you afraid of the karma?" And I looked at him, Josh, I am.
I'm sorry. You're going to get me going. You're going to
Yeah.
get me
Yeah, it
going.
happens. I kind of have that same philosophy when people ask if I'm scared of karma. I just smile. So that's a
I,
no. That's
I,
just my own personal thing. I'll clear it up in the next life, right?
yeah, exactly.
I am absolutely convinced there is no such thing as karma.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Absolutely convinced.
Yeah, I got a friend. I got a friend who's in special forces. He was a sniper, and he said his philosophy was, kill them all, let God sort it out. That was his philosophy. When it came to the enemy, he
I
didn't.
wonder if he knows how old that line is.
That's probably basic training. Oh
Oh, it
man.
goes back to the Albigensian Crusade in the 1200s.
Oh, really? Oh,
Really? Yes. The guy who was in charge of the chief crusader was a fellow named Simon de Montfort the Elder, whose son, incidentally, started the English Parliament.
mhm.
Uh, but Simon de Montfort the Elder, they had taken a village, and they were, how do we tell the difference between the heretics and the good Christians? And Simon said, this guy's a fighter. He doesn't know crap about this stuff. He says, kill them all. Let God sort them out.
Yeah, I'm sure you feel that way every once in a while, don't you, Carissa?
Yeah, I have my moments. You do about 10 readings a day. You tend to feel that way sometimes, right?
Oh man,
It happens.
I know.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I mean, I definitely have my days where I'm more bitchy than others, which I know because you deal with me on a weekly basis. So it happens, right?
I still think you're a sweetheart. Yeah, you still
I
got.
have my days where I'm just like, this is the answer, that's it. But I do, for the most part, try to maintain normality, I guess.
But no, like I said, I guess. See here, we've got a few more minutes here. Do you want to go ahead and give us some contact information for people to get a hold of you and for a reading or to for any kind of
Sure.
advice or what? Sure. Okay, go ahead.
So my website is psychickarissahartley.com. I prefer people to contact me over there just so I have no, bias. I don't like to know things about my clients before I go into readings. So I have a little contact me information there that actually goes into my husband's email and he handles booking them.
Oh, cool.
So I
Very-
actually go into readings not even really knowing who I'm talking to half the time.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. I've actually had a few celebrities that way. And then it's always awkward at the end of it when I'm like, I'm your biggest fan. I sound like such a dweeb. Which has happened recently, and I had to like try to stop myself the entire reading once I figured it out, and it was like, oh.
Oh, jeez. Oh man, I
So that
tell
was
you.
awkward, but I
Yeah.
like to not know things about clients. And I do ask if you contact, just not to give any details, just tell me if you want a half an hour or an hour reading, and we go from there.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. Well, like I said, Carissa, it's just been absolutely great interview here and a great
It
show.
has been extremely interesting.
Yeah. So are there any other topics or anything that you'd like to cover before we go, or anything?
No, I think that's about it. But I do want you to watch out for your legs. That's it.
Oh, oh, okay.
Oh, my
Yeah,
legs? Yeah,
Chuck.
well,
Not you,
I
him.
intend to keep them attached.
Well, that's a good thing,
I
right?
look funny with wheels on my knees. That would not be good. Um,
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
unless it gets to the point where I am sold, everything has been replaced by mechanical parts, and I go clanking around, wondering where I lost the oil can.
Geez. Oh, you're talking about the Mandela effect in the Wizard of Oz, Chuck?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, Carissa, what do you think the Mandela effect? Because I love
Oh,
this
we've had this
stuff.
He's saying
conversation.
this, it's steam coming out of my ears.
We've had this conversation. We've
It's
probably
bad.
had it like 50 times.
Oh yeah, yeah. When I found out that the kidneys in my body have relocated, yeah, it was kind of an interesting little insight into the Mandela effect.
How did you manage to relocate your kidneys?
I have no idea, but everybody
I
ever
know
talks
mine are the same place they've always been.
where in the front underneath your rib cage, Chuck? I remember.
My kidneys have never been in the front under my rib cage.
You might want to.
Like normal people.
Hey, next time you go to your physician, ask him. See what he says. You might be a tad shocked, Chuck.
I doubt it.
Oh, okay.
With my body, nothing.
Yeah,
Remember, I have a big empty hole. This used to be.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My skin chakra has no physical basis.
Yeah. Yeah. I went to dinner with Chuck when Josh and I went up there to do a movie or do a documentary. And he got finished eating, and the first thing I saw him do after he got finished eating was take off his coat, pull out his little kit, his insulin needle and his insulin, and
Jammed in my arm.
Oh yeah, I was thinking, I was asking, hey Chuck, do you need a spoon and a lighter, whatever? But no, that's something.
It happens though, right?
Yeah.
Well,
exactly.
Brad, I'll tell you, you don't want to see what would happen if I didn't do that.
Oh, Chuck, even though you have your moments, I consider you a great friend, and I hope you stay around for a few more years, if not to make me miserable, to make yourself miserable. I just, like I said, I would miss you. I have to say, Chuck, honestly, I would miss you. I don't know why, but I would.
I don't know why either. Hell, nobody else would.
Oh God, no.
The bad thing about dying, the really bad thing is, you have the one day of your life when everybody has nothing but good to say about you, and you can't be there.
Oh yeah, that kind of sucks.
That is like the truth though, right? But you can be there. I've had people watch their funerals if it makes you feel any better.
I know, but I don't think I would. Somebody would say the wrong thing, and I would get mad and rear up out of the box.
Well, then you could throw stuff. It works.
Yeah,
it happens, but I do want to thank you guys for having me on. I'm going to go watch Sunday night football and chill out.
This has been extraordinarily interesting. It really has been. I'm glad we got to do this finally.
Oh, it's
I'm
been,
glad too. I'm sorry for, being sick. The ammonia did kick my ass for about 3 weeks to a month. I'm
Yeah,
finally
it
like
does
not
that.
coughing
It
as
does.
much.
oh, it's great.
Yeah, it was always fun.
All right. Well, I'll be getting in touch with you later on the week for our next little session here. And again,
Yep, I'll talk to you this week. Just send me a message and remind me because you
we'll
know
do it.
me.
We'll do it. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure. And you say hello to your husband, and we'll talk to you next week then.
All right, sounds good.
All right. Bye bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well,
Well, that was very interesting. I'm glad we finally got to do that.
oh yeah, I tell you, Karissa, she is just I am really astounded by her accuracy. I really am. It's just I look forward every week, and I got to tell you, Chuck, I mean, it's the damnedest thing. This woman has not been wrong, and she even I didn't want to take away from her time when she was on the air because I knew she had a time limit here, but yeah, she actually gave me a prediction, said that I would be buying a building from a fair-skinned, red-headed woman. Well, you remember Shelley Wright, the
Yeah.
our friend of the show that we interviewed about a month ago. Right now, she's in the middle of getting her real estate license, and she has red hair and
She
fair
has
skin.
my sympathies.
Oh God, yeah, I know.
I lost my shirt in real estate.
Oh,
Uh,
well, what'd you do? Buy real estate in
no,
New Jersey?
it was a complicated thing. I was not suited for it, and it turned out to be a wasted year and a horrible mistake, and I never should have done it.
Oh, jeez. Yeah,
That was
I
like
say,
that was almost 30 years ago, though, so it's no big deal. But
yeah.
it's just
Yeah. I mean, the bad thing about, say, rental properties, for example, is the tenants. It's not the house, it's not the property, it's the
no,
people
it's the tenants, of course. Yeah, I would not want to own rental property. No,
uh,
no, 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 no.
now, yeah, the only way I would do it is just have a service do that for me. People who are in charge of the
You do,
tenants.
yeah,
Yeah. And, take care of the calls at 2 o'clock in the morning, telling
yeah.
you that you're,
I know people that do that.
yeah, that's the way I would handle real estate. I would just be hands off on this thing as much as possible.
Yeah,
And
you don't want to be personally involved.
oh no, oh yeah, that's just from my own personal experience also, and I'm in total agreement with you on that. It's a pain in the ass, but anyway, Chuck, it's been a great show tonight. I mean,
It
heck,
was a great show. If you could mail me her contact information, because I know I'm not going to get it
yeah, we'll go ahead and post
right
it
if I
on.
try to go by the voice.
Yeah, and what
Yeah,
I'll do.
post it to me, and then I'll be able to put that on with the video tomorrow when I put it up.
Oh, fantastic! And see, I guess that's pretty much it for the week here, and I guess
Oh, did you
we'll.
get the order I sent you?
Oh yes, yes, and I will be taking care of that one this week also.
Okay,
But
good.
yeah, and thank you, our fellow Cosmaniacs. So
Oh,
we
I
will.
have to figure out what to do about this angel business.
Oh, by the way, I've gotten such rave reviews about last week's show.
Oh,
People love it.
people love it.
Oh, I mean, you were at your top, my friend. I mean, it was really very informative and
It really was. It was one of our better shows. I hope this one does as well.
oh
And
yeah.
okay, and with that, let me get the thing by the button here. We will be leaving in 3, 1, 2, 3. Good night, people.
Good night.